you know, as a politician, I always try to keep an eye on sort of growing community groups that I should pay more attention to, because, you know, I'm always looking for votes. And unfortunately, it appears to me that the zombie duck population is a growing population, and, you know, much to their own chagrin. But so as an MLA for this area, I just want you to know, zombie ducks, that my door is always open. And should you have any trouble getting adequate brain food and stuff in the future, I'm here for you. We're also here today, of course, because this week, you know, we had yet another extreme environmental tragedy occur in the oil sands area. And with all due respect to the ducks, I mean, what this tragedy represents is a great deal of pain and suffering to the ducks, but also it represents the inherent conflict that exists between unbridled industrial growth that is conflicted with environmental protection, health protection, and community protection. We have, in the last few weeks, observed people from Fort Chip, for instance, come down to the legislature begging the Premier to come and visit Fort Chip so that they could get agreement from the government to fund a proper health and safety study. We've seen other people from Fort Chip come down and show tumored fish and who are swimming in the water that are being poisoned through a process that the government denies. We have seen scientists debunk the assertions of government scientists that there is no leaking of the tailings ponds and that there is no toxic problems up there, but we know that that's true. Just on Friday, we saw our provincial government reject a wetlands policy that would protect our wetlands and ensure that we didn't lose more wetlands from ongoing development. Now, because of this, there's been a lot of debate in the legislature for some time about what to do with these tailing ponds, and I'd like to read to you a response from government on that debate. And I quote, "Government recognizes it has major responsibilities in this area. In this regard, we are working to establish a major 10-year program of research in regard to the entire oil sands to protect not only wildlife, but the legislation in the vegetation in the area, the surface water, the groundwater, and all other environmental related matters in that area." Now that should be reassuring to Albertans. But here's the problem, folks. That's a quote from a government debate that occurred between the Minister of Environment and my father in 1974. And the fact of the matter is that since that debate occurred, the tailings ponds have grown 200-fold. And even now, they're talking about more research and more vague assurances. But what this shows us is that we cannot rely on research and vague assurances to take action to shut down these tailings ponds. In the last year, the government has exempted 7 of 9 applications by industry from their own weak regulations, and that has to stop. People will tell you that, you know what, when you stand up for the environment, you're putting jobs at risk. But I will say to you, and the NDP says to you, that the International Court of Public Opinion is what's putting the jobs at risk. Failures on the part of our government to protect our environment is what's putting jobs at risk. And as long as we let industry have a profit or make a profit from negotiating cute little loopholes in environmental regulation, then they will do it. But when we put hard, fast rules in place that we enforce, and then where we penalize when they break them, then we can clean it up. But it's up to government to do it. For 34 years, they have not done it. So to my newfound duck zombie friends, I say to you, enjoy Halloween, go out there, find some brains to eat. If at all possible, find a Tory brain to eat. I know it's a bit of a challenge. And when you're done, keep doing what you're doing, because we need to hear your voice, because we cannot possibly afford another 34 years of inaction on the part of the government. It is time to clean up the tailings ponds, and it is time to put a moratorium on any further development of the tailings ponds. It is time, it's our backyard. We deserve to protect and have a government that will protect us in now and in the future. So thank you very much, and we'll keep working on it.